This is Valley News Live at 10.
All the gun violence and stuff just need to stop. Like, it's not the answer.
A wife is calling for people to put their guns down after she says her husband was shot in downtown Fargo last night. Fargo PD says the shooting happened overnight near 2nd Avenue North and Broadway, leaving 2 people shot. The woman now says she is just grateful that her husband is still alive. Here's an exclusive story you will only see right here on Valley News Live. Darlisa Prayer says she was finishing up her shift at a downtown bar when her husband, Antonio Lopez, came by as he usually did to pick her up early Sunday morning.
I wasn't ready. And he was just like, "Oh, I see you not ready yet. Well, I'm gonna just walk down the little strip."
She says less than 10 minutes later, people began scrambling into the bar after someone mentioned a shooting had happened outside.
My first instinct was just to pick up the phone and call my husband.
Not too long after, she got the devastating news that her husband had been shot.
So I just ran out, and I made it down there to my husband. I see someone else laying on the ground. And then like a couple feet up, I see my husband laying on the ground. And at that time, he wasn't conscious for real.
Fargo police say around 1 a.m. Sunday, they responded to a report of multiple gunshots fired near the intersection of 2nd Avenue North and Broadway. They say this man, 21-year-old Angel Milet, was arrested at an apartment in South Fargo for his possible involvement in the shooting. Prayer says an altercation had occurred as her husband was walking and he was hit by the crossfire. She says a main artery in his leg was hit, causing him to lose a lot of blood. She also says a bystander's quick actions helped keep her husband alive.
I do want to thank the guy that actually saved my husband, because like they said, has the guy have not been out there to put pressure on wounds and stuff, my husband won't be here.
And with 5 children, including a newborn at home, Prayer says she is thankful her family wasn't torn apart by the senseless gun violence.
I just hope that God just paid the consequences behind his actions, that there wasn't a way to do things.
Although not formally charged, Milet faces a charge for aggravated assault with a firearm. Meanwhile, the condition of the second victim is still unknown at this time. Now let's head straight over to Nathan Hopper, who says a tornado warning just came in. Nathan, what can you tell us?
Yeah, thanks, Nashade. This tornado warning hit right at the top of the hour, so this is about 30 seconds old. Here, this is for Grand Forks County, right along Highway 2. We'll zoom in here. This is a radar indicated rotation that is just north of Larimore. You can see a lot of lightning there. I'll turn the lightning off here and we'll take a close look in here. So this is just to the east of Niagara, right north of Highway 2. So again, this is a radar indicated rotation. I'm actually going to turn the velocity on to show you where that rotation is. You can see kind of where the green and the red kind of meet here in the middle. That right there is where that rotation would most likely be. So again, that's north of Highway 2, right along 22nd Avenue Northeast in Grand Forks County, right at 41st Street Northeast. So that's where we're seeing that rotation. That's moving eastward though, right down 22nd Avenue Northeast toward the Highway 18 area. Let me get a speed on this for you so that you know this is moving east at 15 miles per hour. So that is moving, it's over the McCanna area right now. And again, that's mainly rural areas there of Grand Forks County, but folks, that's a radar indicated rotation, tornado warning right north of Highway 2 as we speak, and of course moving east about 15 miles per hour. So first alert for you folks there that are north of Highway 2, just to the east of Niagara and south of Gilby. This is a tornado warning going until 10:45. Radar indicated rotation with this. Nisha, I'm going to get some more data on this, of course, and get an update this later on in the newscast. But for now, of course, those folks who are in that tornado warning, get inside the interior part of your home, away from those windows as soon as you can.
Great advice. Thank you so much, Nathan. Also new tonight, a lightning strike from overnight storms is believed to be the cause of a fuel tank that caught on fire in Climax, Minnesota. The Polk County Sheriff's Office says around 5 a.m. this morning, they got the call for a report of a fire located at 330th Avenue Southwest. Once on the scene, one of the tanks was on fire. Fire officials were able to put out the fire before it spread to other nearby fuel tanks and a building. No one was injured in the fire. The Grand Forks Police Department says a man was found dead outside an apartment building. They say they were called for a report of an unresponsive man outside the building in the 1100 block of 25th Avenue South. When they arrived, it was determined the man had died. The man's identity is still unknown at this time. Police say he is a white male, about 25 to 35 years old. Currently, detectives are investigating what may have caused his death. Anyone with information is asked to contact GFPD at 701-787-8000. Two people were killed after a pickup rear-ended a motorcycle last night. The crash happened around 11 p.m. on Highway 11 between Hankinson and Lidgerwood. Authorities say the motorcycle had slowed down to turn onto County Road 3 when the pickup hit it from behind. The 45-year-old motorcyclist and his passenger, a 40-year-old woman, were thrown from the vehicle. They both died on the scene. A 41-year-old South Dakota man who was driving the pickup ran away on foot, but he was caught a few hours later. The man is facing charges for leaving the scene. More could be added pending the investigation. A Fargo man died yesterday evening following a crash involving a motorcycle and a crop sprayer near Raleigh, North Dakota, which is about an hour south of Bismarck. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says the 35-year-old man who was riding his motorcycle and the crop sprayer were traveling on Highway 31. The motorcycle struck the farm vehicle as it turned left onto 77th Street. The motorcyclist was taken to a Bismarck hospital where he later died. The driver of the crop sprayer was not hurt. President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden were in Texas today. They were visiting with the community, grieving the 21 lives brutally murdered by a gunman in an elementary school on Tuesday. Cole Higgins has more.
President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden arriving in Uvalde, Texas Sunday. First visiting Robb Elementary School, laying flowers at the memorial. Biden acting as consoler-in-chief, embracing the school's principal, before walking along the row of memorial wreaths from picture to picture of each of the 19 children and 2 teachers, 21 people in total who were gunned down inside the school.
I'm all for the president coming here. I think he's got a good heart. He knows what it is to lose children at a young age.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott also stopping by the memorial, an onlooker issuing a plea.
Please, Governor Abbott, help Uvalde County. We need change.
I hope that some politicians see this and try to meet in the middle and work together.
In the wake of the horrific Uvalde shooting, some bipartisan voices in Congress are talking about gun reform.
And I can't say for certain, but I can tell you I sense a different feeling among my colleagues after Uvalde.
There are people taking these guns, these ARs, under the age of 21. Can we stop all of it? No. Can we mitigate it? Certainly. And we should be doing that now.
I'm Cole Higgins reporting.
It was announced today the Justice Department will conduct a review of law enforcement's response to the shooting at Robb Elementary, where 19 students and 2 teachers died. According to the DOJ spokesperson, the review is intended to provide a fair, transparent, and independent account of what happened on that day. While that inquiry begins, the director of the Texas Department of Public Safety said on Friday that police made the wrong decision by waiting to confront the gunman. Cheyenne High School hosted its graduation today, but some angry parents reached out to Valley News Live stating they were unable to get in to see their loved ones cross that stage. The graduation started at 4 p.m. this evening, but according to West Fargo school officials, the doors were locked at 4:30. They say this was to limit interruptions of people entering the gym after the ceremony began. And a big day for high school seniors, as many of them had graduation ceremonies also today. And one Wahpeton student got a very special surprise. Valley News Team's Alex Larson has the story.
Part of me, I don't want to say I feel bad about making a surprise. I feel bad for maybe keeping it from her.
Cody Yoakum stayed behind the curtain for most of Wahpeton's high school graduation in hopes of surprising his younger sister, Sam. Yoakum was deployed last June, and his family was not sure if he'd be able to make it to see her get her diploma.
Tough. It was tough because she cried a lot.
This is all their days, but for me, to her, it's her day. So to give her this, it feels great.
Sam thought Cody was coming back when his deployment was done in the next few months. But he was able to get a pass to come give his biggest inspiration, Sam, her diploma. Except she just didn't know it yet.
Probably the hardest secret I've ever kept in my whole entire life.
How she didn't let it go, I have no idea.
Sam's mom, Jennifer, says at the graduation party, Sam had others crying too that Cody couldn't make it.
You know, she was upset that I couldn't make it to her graduation party last week. It's like, I want so bad to tell her, like, I'm gonna be there, but I don't want to ruin the surprise.
But when Sam's name was called to come get her diploma,
I wouldn't miss it.
she was able to celebrate her big day with her brother.
When you saw him come on stage, how did you feel? Happy.
In Wahpeton, Alex Larson, Valley News Live.
Such an awesome surprise right there. Now, later on Valley News Live at 10, more than a dozen cases of hepatitis A have been reported linking the disease to organic strawberries.
And a tornado warning until 10:45 this evening. Grand Forks County notices 23rd Avenue Northeast heading toward the Highway 18 corridor, seeing the red and the green indicating rotation. A wall cloud burst reported within this system here. And this is working north of Highway 2. We'll have more on this tornado warning here after the break.